Coming up on this week's news, a double socket which can detect overheating in appliances could rival AFDDs for safety. A smart meter which can give homeowners an electric shock is recalled, and our featured innovations today are all about fire, safety and security. Welcome to Electrical News Weekly, whether you're listening in the van, on site or down at the wholesale counter. I'm Joe Robinson and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. And if you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win a prize. A socket which can detect overheating is set to transform the market, says its makers, and it could end up rivaling AFDDs. More on that coming up in our product focus roundup, so stay tuned for that. A smart meter which can give homeowners an electric shock or even cause a fire has been urgently recalled. The UK's Office for Product Safety and Standards says that any contractor who has installed an affected EDMI Atlas Mark 7 CD needs to replace it. That's because in certain circumstances, the neutral terminal weld can fail. This can in turn cause the copper bus bar to come away from the terminal block. In installations where the neutral wiring is routed through the meter point, a partial or complete loss of continuity in the neutral circuit can then occur. This could result in elevated voltage on accessible conductive parts on the product, or in cases of high resistance, overheating. The Malaysian-made meter does not meet the requirements of the General Product Safety Regulations of 2005. Affected units were manufactured between October 2022 and October 2024. I've put the relevant serial numbers of the faulty units in the show notes. The recall of the Atlas Mark 7 CD is yet another blow to the troubled national rollout of smart meters. While the 25 millionth smart meter was installed last month, it's estimated that 35% of electricity meters are still the old style. All in all, it's a bit of a hodgepodge, and that's a big worry because the long-wave radio signal which tells them to switch between on and off peak is set to be turned off at the end of June. The outdated units, known as radio teleswitch or RTS meters, have traditionally been used to switch storage heaters or immersions on at night. They enabled special tariffs such as Economy 7. If the meters are not replaced in time, some homes, schools and businesses could be left without heating and hot water. The other possibility is that they won't be able to turn off their heating. A meter upgrade takes around 2 hours to complete, but some jobs can be more complex if a DNO is needed or if a unit is not accessible. Electricians are being asked to advise any of their customers with an RTS meter to contact their energy supplier immediately. In other news, Britain's first HGV charging station has opened in Lincolnshire. There are 8 bays at the site at Humberport in Immingham. Each can fully charge an electric lorry in an hour and a half. The install is a joint venture between Daimler, Tratton Group and Volvo. The firms say their goal is to build no fewer than 1,700 charging points across Europe. As it happens, Joe Hammond has just dropped a CPD on the special considerations of EV charging installations for commercial vehicles made in association with Lewden Palazzoli. I've popped the link to that in the show notes. Still on charging, Lewden has announced that its Siena AC Mode 3 smart chargers have just been approved by the UK's Office for Zero Emissions Vehicles. This includes the Siena 7.4 kilowatt and the 22 kilowatt. The units feature optional 4G connectivity and seamless control via the Monter app. This allows customers to schedule and optimise their charging sessions. The chargers also support solar PV integration. To complement its home chargers, the company has purpose-built EV consumer units, including one rated at IP65 for outdoor use. There are also feeder pillars offering configurable power distribution from 100 amps to 630 amps for car parks and public charging zones. If you didn't catch last week's live stream, you missed a cracker. We discussed the business of electrical installation with the guys from Simpro Software, and because it was a Gary-free stream, Gordon ended up doing some speaking. I'll put the link to that in the show notes. Also fresh from the oven this week is Crompton Control's latest catalogue for electricians. It's the company's 120th year anniversary edition, so congratulations to them for some serious staying power. The electronic book includes starters, relays, enclosures and panels. VTAC has announced that it has developed an AI-driven app for homeowners to manage their energy. The app works with the Hyconics all-in-one battery packs, TOU tariffs and dynamic pricing such as Octopus Agile and PV arrays. Its machine learning capability allows it to understand the occupants' habits and then give them the maximum savings. Dubbed the Q Energy platform, it adapts to changing weather conditions and other factors. It manages solar panels, heat pumps, batteries and all inverters to optimise savings. I've popped a link to a video with more in the show notes. Now, Welcome to our Electrical News Weekly feature where we focus on a specific product area. This week we're sounding the alarm for fire safety and security, and the standout development in this sector is a smart double socket which can detect overheating and has quite frankly left us gobsmacked. It's set to transform the market, says its makers, and it could even end up rivaling AFDDs. The CI1 and CI Max have been designed to tackle the typical electrical faults which lead to fires. Inventor Anthony Parfitt says he began developing it after the Grenfell fire in London in 2017. He's the guy who developed number plate recognition, so he knows his tech, and he says that if the smart sockets had been in place at Grenfell, the blaze could have been stopped before it started. No other socket can claim to prevent fires in this way, he says. The socket has built-in thermal monitoring technology, allowing real-time detection of overheating. It detects current overloads and any loose connection in the ring. It also monitors all sockets and will cut off the power if it senses any potential danger, avoiding any drama or damage. This system automatically shuts off power to prevent ignition. Additionally, the sockets can also detect hazards such as water leaks, mould, gas leaks, and even earthquakes. They also reduce energy consumption by powering down standby devices when not in use. Finally, you can connect CI1 to any devices such as air conditioning units, washing machines, and automated curtains which are compatible with Google Home, Samsung SmartThings, and Apple HomeKit. Basically, it's like the James Bond of socket outlets. The sockets are certified for use in the UK, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia, with additional approvals expected. The company is now patenting its invention all over the world. Ajax has unveiled a range of mains-powered fire and life safety detectors featuring different combinations of sensors. The Fire Protect 2 AC product line comes in 5 variations: heat and smoke, heat smoke and CO, heat only, heat and CO, and finally CO only. These mains-powered units include a sealed backup battery that complies with the highest grade of the UK regulations and is designed to last the lifetime of the detector. Another notable feature is the Vargo 221 terminals in all Ajax detector bases. All detectors have a built-in radio and can operate with a hub or without one to support the interconnect feature. Ajax reckons it takes just 90 seconds to install the detector. Also in the detector game is Hispec. It's currently marketing its extensive Pulse retrofit range at the social housing sector. It says it can cover 90% of existing hardwired bases in the social housing market. The series includes both battery and mains units. They're available in head-only variants as well as full units. And there's loads of combinations to choose from. Some have 10-year rechargeable lithium battery packs. There's also fast-fix units for getting in and out quickly. Kiddie Safety Europe has unveiled a fire alarm controller designed to simplify the testing and maintenance of its popular Cavius family of wireless alarms. The CV9101 is wireless, so it eliminates the need for physical access to alarms. Homeowners can also remotely test and silence their Cavius wireless alarms using a test or hush button. Kiddie says this feature is great for elderly or disabled occupants who may struggle to access the units, as well as for properties with high ceilings. We're featuring the CV9101 in a couple of videos soon, so keep an eye out for that. A fire protection product we loved here at eFix is the clever Speedcutter. If you missed our previous mentions, it's a drill attachment whose HoleCutter includes an integral fire collar. After drilling, you slot the collar into the hole to maintain the fire protection. In the event of a fire, it will expand and close off the hole, so there's no need for intumescent mastic to be applied after you run the cables through. Told you it was clever. The Speedcutter has classification for EI30. This means it can be used in any 30-minute firewall if it has a 70mm stud and a layer of 12.5mm board on each side. Another development which we're really impressed with is a bit of kit that you put inside consumer units and panels to detect overheating. The thermorestor senses heat from high resistance electrical connections and then alerts the building owner. This can be done via a fire alarm panel or the building management system or other method. Linian have come up with yet another innovative product, the cable tray clip, a game changer for cable tray installations. Designed for all brands of cable trays, it locks in by hand, no tools or steel cable ties needed. Installation is 90% faster, saving you time and reducing carbon impact. It meets BS 7671 compliance and prevents premature collapse of cables during a fire with a durable fire-rated steel construction. Available in 5 sizes, it's versatile, weather-resistant and non-corrosive. Order now from City Electrical Factors and experience faster, safer and simpler installations. Now, there's no way we could do a roundup of fire safety products without mentioning the PV Stop. This is a unique spray that you use in an emergency to black out solar panels to stop them generating electricity. It comes in a metal bottle like a fire extinguisher, and it was developed because you can't turn off a PV panel. As long as there's light, they'll produce lethal amounts of DC power. When you spray PV Stop on a panel, it spreads over it quickly and blacks it out, effectively turning the panel off. In our question of the week, we asked how you would describe PV Stop in electrical terms. The choices were an isolating solution, a de-energizing solution, a shutdown solution, or a lockout tagout solution. Some 56% of respondents on LinkedIn rated it as a de-energizer, as did a whopping 70% on YouTube. So I'm going to declare that the right answer. The wisdom of crowds, innit? What's your view? Oxford Safety Components has developed a special crawl board for working in lofts and similar spaces. The CoverSafe Spark board is a lightweight working platform formulated with GRP used to prevent falls through ceilings. GRP was developed for aerospace and Formula One racing and has been woven into the product's design to provide a strong fall protection system that's super lightweight and portable. eFix viewers can get 10% off a purchase by quoting the code SPARK10. It's valid until the end of June. That's our weekly roundup of products that we think deserve a bit more attention. Next week, we're going to be looking at cable management. Now, our usual reminder that we're in the market for your stories, your projects, and your recommendations, as we'd like to share them with the wider eFix community. Over the next few weeks, we'll be featuring cable management, commercial lighting, and tools and testing. So send us pictures of your installs, or let us know if you've come across any new kit that's making your job easier, or any products that you think deserve a shout out. And just before we get to your favourite bit of the show, where I reveal last week's challenge words and winners, we want to thank our premium partners. We couldn't make the news without you. First up, they're the people who've created the Swiss Army knife of solar inverters, along with all-weather batteries, very much the Boy Scouts of the solar industry. It's Sunsync. And speaking of solar, with manufacturing powered by a massive 250 megawatt solar PV array, they're literally the greenest test instrument maker in Europe, both physically and ethically. It's KPS. Doubling down on terminal screws in their top quality circuit protection products and building innovative isolating units with built-in surge protection, it's Whitecliffe Electrical Distribution. Now, are you a bit of a control freak? Motor control, that is. If so, with huge stocks and excellent service, check out Crompton Controls. As they said to me in a recent conversation, if we don't have it, then we can build it. With their new award-winning Lumo consumer unit and offering complete product support from their highly trained team, it's CPNQ this. Don't forget to use the code EFIX30 to claim your 30% discount on top quality light fittings from Philips and Ecolink. Download the LumExpert app today and make your life easier and less expensive. It's the light of our lives, Signify. And the best thing to come out of Yorkshire since stainless steel, the home of EV Ultra and other groundbreaking and quality products, it's Doncaster Cables. Click the links in the show notes to find out more about these great brands. If you think you know the words I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments. We'll take all the correct guesses and select one at random to be the winner of an eFix goodie bag prize. Answers submitted after about lunchtime on the Thursday after release will not be entered into the draw. Now let's reveal the winners of last week's challenge word competition. Last week's words were corkscrew and gatekeeper, and the first name to come out of our electronic hat was PM Steve. So well done to you, Steve, or PM, or whatever you go by. Make sure you click the Get Involved link in the show notes to claim your prize. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque calibrated arm.